Well, a very good afternoon and welcome back to the final block on day 2 of competition at the Baku Grand Slam. We've got 4 weight categories to bring you in this final block, 2 men and 2 women. The 2 men's weight categories are the under 73 and the under 81 kilos, and the 2 women's categories are the under 63 and the under 70 kilo categories. We can begin by taking a look at all of the medal matches. We'll give you a rundown of those right now. The first of which features Maricet Espinoza of Cuba. She's up against the former world champion Yarden Jerbi of Israel. The second of the bronze medal matches in the under 63 kilo category is Busra Katipoglu of Turkey. She's up against Bak Ji-yoon of South Korea. Bak Ji-yoon unfortunately sustained a knee injury. She's got some torn ligaments, so she won't be taking part. And the final, that's between Mariana Miskovic of Croatia and Alice Schlesinger. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back in a moment with the rest of the final lineup. Took a moment to pay our respects to a long-standing servant of Dutch judo and someone on the international circuit. I think it would be worthwhile to take a little bit longer just to tell you a little bit more about the individual. I'll do that just after we finish this rundown on this afternoon's program. I'll come back and pay proper respects where that is due. Right, in the under 73 kilo category, the bronze medal matches feature Rustam Orozhov of Azerbaijan. He's up against Ungvari Miklos of Hungary. The second of the bronze medal matches features China's Sai Rinjiligara. He's up against Dmitro Kanivets of Ukraine. The final, well, it's an all-Uzbek affair between Gyosjon Baboyev and Mirali Sharipov. So the 2 Uzbeks will go head-to-head. In the under 70 kilo category, the bronze medal matches features Elvisma Rodriguez of Venezuela. She's up against Juliana Robra of Switzerland. And then Asma Niang of Morocco and Maria Perez of Puerto Rico. The final is between Maria Bernabeu of Spain and Maria Portela of Brazil. And then the bronze medal matches in the under 81 kilo category, Carlos Luz of Portugal is up against Matteo Marcancini of Italy. The second of the bronze medal matches is Ivan Felipe Silva Morales of Cuba. He's up against Frank de Witt of the Netherlands. And the final is the current world champion, Nagase Takanori of Japan. His opponent is Ivelo Ivanov of Bulgaria. Okay, that's the lineup for all the medal matches. We're about to get underway. And we'll start with Maricet Espinoza of Cuba. She's up against Yarden Jerbi of Israel. It'll be Espinoza in the white judogi and Jerbi in blue. Everardo Garcia is the referee in the middle for this one. Jerbi was the number 2 seed here this morning. defeated Tsugane Megumi of Japan in the quarter-final, and then she came unstuck against Alice Schlesinger of Great Britain in the semi-final. Little look at Ojigari there from Espinosa before she thought about a big left Ogoshi. Yeah, she was very quickly onto that. She's lucky to escape with just a Yuko here. Managed to get the right arm down. Just broke the fall a little bit, but in actual fact it was Espinosa that didn't have a stronger grip as she would have liked. And Espinosa almost running onto Jerby's right leg. So Yuko the lead then for Espinosa with 2.5 minutes left to go. And over goes Yarden. There was a bit of a shock there for Jerby. She landed almost at the feet of her coach, Shani Hershko, who was in some degree of shock himself as he saw his prize number one 63-kilo player dumped on her back. Disappointment for Yarden Jerby. She may have a foot injury as well. Espinosa, however, is a happy camper with a bronze medal at this Baku Grand Slam. Jerby has to settle for a 5th place. We received information from the Dutch Judo Federation that Mr. Jaap Nijvelaerts-de-Agge had passed away. There was a minute's silence here in the arena earlier on. I'd had the privilege of meeting Mr. Nijvelaerts-de-Agge, or Jaapie as he was affectionately known, on several occasions over a number of years. And that is indeed sad news. Our condolences go to his family, his close friends, and all of those involved in Dutch judo. We come now to the second of the bronze medal matches. And this features Busra Katipoglu of Turkey. She's up against Bak Ji-yoon of South Korea. But we heard earlier on that Bak Ji-yoon had suffered a leg injury. So she won't be taking part. It'll be Busra Katipoglu to step out to take the bow and the bronze medal. Well, with the 2 bronze medal matches out of the way, we come to the final of the under 63 kilo category. Mariana Miskovic of Croatia faces Alice Schlesinger of Great Britain. It'll be Miskovic in the white judogi and Schlesinger in blue. Mariana Miskovic Hasanbegovic. To give her a full name. Anna Maria Friedrich is the referee in the middle for this one. Both fighters like to employ hip techniques, so it's the battle of the hip techniques, this one. Schlesinger and Miskovic. Uchimata from Schlesinger, and over goes Miskovic. It's not going to last as long as Miskovic would have liked. She comes up with a nice Uchimata to finish things off early. Yeah, they're both happy because they know how much the points mean to each of them. Yeah, happy times. Couldn't fight it off. Wasn't strong enough to block it. Wasn't quick enough to get off it. In the end, over went Miskovic for Ippon. Nice left Uchimata from Schlesinger. Kate Howie knows this Ippon. So the first of the weight categories out of the way. Right, coming up next, the bronze medal contest in the under 73 kilo category. We're going to start with Rustam Orozhov of Azerbaijan. He faces Ungvari Miklos of Hungary. It's Orozhov in the white judogi, Ungvari in blue. In the middle for this one, Osako Akinobu of Japan. It's a must-win contest for the Azeris. This is their hero, Rustam Orozhov. Well, I suppose Khan Mamadov tomorrow may steal that title. But for today anyway, this is where all the attention rests. Orozhov in the white judogi, Ungvari in blue. Ungvari non-pulsed by picking up that penalty, and Orozhov avoiding picking up the Shido. They both looked as guilty as one another, but the referee deciding that Ungvari was more guilty than Orozhov. We were chatting about that before and saying that's not necessarily such a bad idea. And if one's going to pick up a penalty, then, if you have to penalise, then penalise the one who's done least of all. And it's probably right there. It was Ungvari. Orozhov looked as though he wanted to get a grip. Ungvari looked as though he wanted to avoid giving up a grip. A bit of a difference there. Not quite enough for a score. Orozhov just got a better look about him, hasn't he, at the moment? And Ungvari picks up a second penalty, this time for a false attack. He was lucky to avoid a third penalty there, Ungvari. Fortunate that we're talking in terms of Shidos when we've got such talented fighters on the mat, but they're very evenly matched, and Ungari's finding it difficult to find a way past Orozhov. You see, the difficulty for Ungvari is that Orozhov at least looks as though he wants to come up with an attack. I can't really say that for Ungvari, I'm afraid. Good turn from Orozhov. He's just being forced into that far right corner. A nice little turn. Knocked him to avoid getting wrapped up. A little over a minute left to go. And now Ungvari picks up a third penalty. Well, time running out quickly here. 3 penalties picked up by Ungvari. Orozhov can afford to slip off the mat there. There won't be enough time for Ungvari to come up with a score. Well, the Azeris have got something to cheer about. It's a bronze medal for Rustam Orozhov. The second of the bronze medal contests features Sai Yinjarigala of China. He faces Dmitro Kanivets of Ukraine. Sai in the white judogi, Kanivets in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Gary Takamoto of the United States of America. Kanivets had a good run today. In actual fact, it was the Ukrainian who defeated Orozhov in the quarter-final. Quick shot of President there, Mr. Marius Visa, visiting the Baku Grand Slam. Sai almost caught up with that Koji Gari there. Single Shido against Sai at the moment. A little over 2.5 minutes left to go. Nice little combination there from Saiz. He worked away right-sided with the Ashiwaza and then came across for the attempted Seotoshi. Kanevets proved up to defending against it. A little over 2 minutes left to go. Both fighters have been attacking enough. Sai, who was guilty of ducking underneath there. Didn't look very clever, did it? And Kanevets picked up a penalty for a false attack. That was a good effort, however, and he's caught the Ukrainian there. Minute 23 into the contest. Kanevets goes over for Yuko, and that's the lead. Low left-sided effort. Reworked. Yes, if he throws the arm in there, then you're going to describe that as Kataguruma. There you go. He just needs to have that left arm in there. I'd have another look at it, but I think we've seen enough replays, and Kanevets won't be wanting to see it again, will he? A little over a minute left to go. Here comes the Ukrainian with a chance to tie things up. Uchimata was slightly untidy. He lost contact with the hands. So no chance of coming up with a score there. Nice attempt at Ashiwaza there. Keeping up the rate of attacks. He's just fallen into that Shimiwaza. he's a happy man. But Kanevets didn't sense the danger as they rolled off the mat. Once that hand came up and around the throat, he needed to roll a bit further. He couldn't. I dare say that Takamoto would have allowed that to continue anyway, but it's Sai Yinjirigala of China who wins out over Dmitry Kanevets of Ukraine. Yeah, he wasn't quick enough to react to that, I'm afraid. Didn't sense the danger. Right, we've got the final of the under 73 kilo category coming up next. Yosjon Baboyev of Uzbekistan faces Mirali Sharipov of Uzbekistan. The two Uzbeks will go head to head. It'll be Baboyev in the white judogi, Sharipov in blue. Kanivets, Azoides, Van Tichelt and Hazma went down to Baboyev. Ungvari Sai, Elmont and Yikibayev were down by Sharipov on his way to the final. Vladimir Hnitka is the referee in the middle for this one. Well, we had an all Uzbek medal match yesterday. I was trying to remember with Neil earlier on today exactly who it was, but it only happened yesterday. And then it's funny how quickly it slips your mind. Yes, not quite a full score, but enough to come up with Wazari. It was in the under 60 kilo category. Sharafuddin Lutfilayev was one of the fighters in there, and the other was Diorbek Urazboyev. Those were the two. Sharafuddin Lutfilayev, I kind of remembered and slipped my mind that it was Urazboyev. Anyway, that was the bronze medal match. This one for the gold medal match. So Baboyev leads by Wazari. Sharipov has picked up the single Shido. .320 odd left to go. It's just taken the steam out of Sharipov, hasn't it? Giving up that score. Now both fighters pick up penalties, but that's the second time that Sharipov has been penalised, and he trails by Wazari. Baboyev now with a huge pickup, and it's as though Sharipov was inspired by having collected that Shido. He launched himself at Baboyev, picked him up, absolutely planted him flat on his back. Yeah, the lead destroyed in a moment. A thumping pickup from Sharipov to take the gold medal in the under 73 kilo category. It was always going to go to Uzbekistan, but we just didn't know which Uzbek fighter would take it. And it ended up with Mirali Sharipov. We've got some highlights coming up now, and immediately after that we'll have the awarding ceremony. Stay with us. There's a point at which he realizes that he's going to go over Baboyev. You see it on his face. It's right there. Unfortunately, he's looking the other way. But he realizes that he's going over and there's nothing that he can do to stop it. Right, the awarding ceremony for the women in the under 63 kilo category. The athletes are all lined up. Bronze medals go to Busra Katepoglu of Turkey and to Mariset Espinoza of Cuba. Silver medal goes to Mariana Miskovic of Croatia. Mami Miskovic. The gold medal goes to Alice Schlesinger of Great Britain. What an Uchimata that was. And now the national anthem of Great Britain. An extended version of the national anthem. We'll refer to that one as the family picture. And then we'll have one of the winning quartet. Katepoglu and Espinoza were the bronze medalists. Miskovic, Hasanbegovic took the silver, Schlesinger the gold. Now we come to the bronze medal matches in the under 70 kilo category. Elvis Mar Rodriguez of Venezuela faces Juliana Robra of Switzerland. It's Rodriguez in the white judogi Robra in blue. And these two have gone head-to-head once before, and it was Rodriguez who came out the winner. 19 years old, as opposed to 33, slightly more mature age. Referee in the middle for this one is Jose Manuel Cortez of Spain. Neil was talking about experience overcoming youth. Well, Rodriguez will have something to say about that. Rodriguez has been coming up with some good results recently. She's an exceptionally promising judoka, and if she continues to make the kind of progress that she's been making in this last year, well, she could, I'm not going to say she could be in the same league as Yuri Alver, but she may yet have aspirations for achieving similar results. Oh yes! Well, that is incredible. Really. Absolutely super. You couldn't get a better finish than that. That was a real spanking. Rodriguez over Juliana Robra. And thanks very much for the information from Mark Pickering, the IGF media manager. So let's just have a look at this finish here. Everything is right. In particular, look at the control of the sleeves. This is where the power is. That was beautiful. Couldn't get off that. Well, it's the first ever Venezuelan Grand Slam medal, and it's Elvismar Rodriguez who brings it home. She's been training at the IGF Training Center in Hungary. That's information from Mark Pickering. Thanks very much for that, Mark. Right, we've got the second bronze medal coming up now. Asma Niang of Morocco faces Maria Perez of Puerto Rico. It's Niang in the white judogi, Perez in blue. Edison Minikawa of Brazil is the referee for this one. Right, we're underway with the second of the bronze medal contests. Perez attacking immediately. Another threat from Pan America. We've already seen Elvismar Rodriguez from Venezuela winning out in her bronze medal contest. Niang taking a bit of a bump. Slowed down after that attack from Perez. left-sided effort with Uchimata from Perez. It just unsettles Niang for a moment, but can't come up with a finish under score. Single Judo against Niang, 2:20 odd left to go. Perez, a little bit like Rodriguez, has been making a swift climb up the rankings and beginning to show every sign of being a real handful. Niang at the moment, well, she's behind the 8 ball here because time's ticking away. Perez, strong effort there on the right side. And she's already carrying a bit of an injury. Niang, so some degree of difficulty as the time begins to run down. The advantage with Perez. A little Sumigaeshi effort from Niang that doesn't unsettle Perez. Inside the last 2 minutes, this is a better grip here from Niang as she again attempts the Sumigaeshi. But Perez is moving off to her right, and it's a difficult technique to bring off if you've got an opponent moving away from your target area. That was a nice effort there. Over goes Niang. Perez with a good lead. Low right-sided effort. Oh, left-sided, beg your pardon. Unusual grip as well. The arm taking up and above the elbow. Wrapped up, and Niang unable to get off that. Inventive piece of work and a Kosotogaki effort from Niang, but it doesn't bring Perez down onto the scoring part of her body, just onto her front. Well, very good afternoon to Richard Britton. Nice that you can join us. I know that you're an avid watcher of Judo TV. I'm glad that you can drop us a line. Yeah, the myriad of penalties is not easy to keep up with, is it? We were exchanging emails about the penalty picked up by Nassif Elias in his contest with Nagase Takanori early on. That one was for failing to attack immediately whilst having his opponent's head bent down and crushing or blocking attitude. You don't see that one very often. You're quite right. And that's because a lot of the fighters are aware of that. Two penalties apiece, but it's the Wazari picked up by Perez that gives her the lead. I'm going to let you know at home that after this we're going to have a Grand Prix in Almaty in Kazakhstan. We'll have more judo for you next weekend. We look forward to your company there as well. 15 seconds left to go. Perez has done her job, to be honest. Just needs to be careful to avoid. And there was another penalty you don't see very often. And that was for negative gripping, taking hold this time of the wrist and just forcing down without any intention to attack. That's really what follows. Strong gripping is not penalized. You're not penalized for taking a strong grip. You're not even penalized for taking a super strong grip. But the result of that grip must be an immediate attack. So you can't pull your opponent down and keep them there without attacking. Pull your opponent down and then attack. Nothing wrong with that. Perez it is who takes bronze for Puerto Rico. So the 2 bronze medals available in the under 70 kilo category both went to Pan America. Firstly to Elvis Mar Rodriguez of Venezuela, and then, as you just seen there, Maria Perez of Puerto Rico. Well, there's a possibility, well, there's absolutely no doubt about it, there'll be another medal for Pan America, because we've got the final coming up shortly, and that features Maria Portela of Brazil. So the Pan Americans having a party of it in the under 70 kilo category. The Europeans just squeezing in with Maria Benabao of Spain. But hey, depending on what happens in the final, it might be a nice result. I hope they don't ask her in the interviews, are you happy? I think we know the answer to that one already. Over those Asmania, and this was the only score in the contest. And a big hello to Loretta Cusack. I hope you're still listening, Loretta. I haven't seen you for a while, no. Working together. They've scheduled us in different places. So big hello to you. Thanks very much for your email. Right, we come now to the final of the under 70 kilo category. Maria Bernabeu of Spain faces Maria Portela of Brazil. It's Bernabeu in the white judogi, Portela in blue. This pair have gone head-to-head on 5 occasions, and it's Bernabeu who leads the series 4-1, so convincing gap at the moment, and something that Portela will want to close by winning here today, not least of all because it will give her a bit of money as well as points. Right, we're underway with the final of the under 70 kilo category. Well, I don't think the referee's got much choice here. Wasn't a great deal going on from either of them, so they both pick up penalties for passivity. Galvanised into action all of a sudden. Bernabeu came in here as the number 4 seed. Portela was one of the top 8. Top 4 seeds were Vargas Conway, Niang and Bernabeu. We just saw Niang missing out on taking a medal. Perez and Rodriguez took the bronze medals. Saikomi with the Sangaku Gatami. And that looks like a good one, actually. Nice and strong from Bernabeu. So, a gold medal to Maria Bernabeu of Spain. First gold medal at a Grand Slam. Happy times then for the young Spanish fighter. Let's have a look at the highlights then. We come now to the awarding ceremony in the under 73 kilo category. Let's go down to the far end of the competition hall and have a look at the lineup of the winning athletes. Right, so the bronze medals go, first of all, to Sai Yinjirigala of China and to Rustam Orozhov of Azerbaijan. Silver medal goes to Gyosjon Boboyev of Uzbekistan. The gold medal goes to a very exciting and attractive Mirali Sharipov of Uzbekistan. Came up with this gem to take the final. Now the national anthem of Uzbekistan. Sai and Orozhov took bronze medals. It was Baboyev to take silver and Sharipov the gold. We come now to the bronze medal contests in the under 81 kilo category. Carlos Luz of Portugal faces Matteo Marconcini of Italy. Luz in a white judogi and Marconcini in blue. First time that these two have gone head to head, and to take control of the contest, it'll be Vladimir Nutsubidze of Georgia. There's a look at Luz. Marconcini on the board with Yuko after that effort. Luz now trying to defend as Marconcini frees his legs but loses the top half, or loses control of the top half in the process. Chance for the turnover still. Yes, he's had to tap out. Now, Luz was waving his arms and saying, look, there's nothing happening here, you know, referee should call Mate. Nutsubidze knows what he's doing. He left that on, let it continue, and they came up with the ippon. Sorry. This spirit, you know, he's just had his had some discomfort in the lower abdominal area, and he's still, you know, man enough to say, okay, well, you know, you did it, you won, well done. Carlos Luz, well done. That's where the discomfort came. He then had to try and fight his way out of it. Whoops. Purely unintentional. Yeah. Neat piece of work. Yeah. We come to the second of the bronze medal contest in the under 80. Sorry, we come to the second of the bronze medal contest in the under 81 kilo category. Ivan Felipe Silva Morales of Cuba faces Frank de Witt of the Netherlands. It's Silva Morales in the white judogi, de Witt in blue. Last time these two went head to head, it was de Witt who came out on top. Vladimir Vostrikov is the referee in the middle for this one. De Witt lost out in the semi-final to Nagase Takanori, but it was a terrific contest. It was really enjoyable. I dare say that it's not going to be the last time that they will face each other. Silva Morales already feeling the pressure and just collapsing under the initial gripping and movement of de Witt. Chance there for the turnover. He's got the top half wrapped up well. Doesn't want to lose control here. Can't go inside the trouser leg, and that's what he would like to do to get the turnover. Defending strongly there, he's lost it now. It's always a difficult one. Keep control of one half of the body whilst you're working on wrapping up the other. A difficult one. De Witt putting on the pressure. Morales, Silva Morales backing up. Oh yes. Even though he went off the left side instead of over on the right. There's a score there. Yuko on the board. Doesn't matter. For de Witt anyway. Take it any way he can get it. Koso Dogaki here. Almost countered with Uchimata from Silva Morales. Needs to drop the hips here a little bit. Oh, he got countered. It's a good score. Just off balance a little bit as he forced the issue, and Silva Morales was able to come up with the counter. But de Witt is relentless. Silva Morales almost coming up with a score from the Ashiwaza, but de Witt sat on his backside and, as opposed to going down on any scoring part of the body, so there was no score. Here he goes again. Onto his front this time. He gets into those positions because he's attacking. He's he's a forward-moving fighter. And once in a while, you're going to end up off balance, aren't you? You try to turn and switch, change directions and come up with the Sutemi waza, but that didn't come off. There's 1:56 left to go. And here's the question. How much longer can Silva Morales stand up against this bombardment of attacks? That's the thing. Has he got enough to either catch De Wit with a counter, come up with his own throw, or end up getting caught by the Dutchman? And he ends up catching him. There's the answer. It's do or die for De Wit. Ended up the latter, I'm afraid. Silva Morales takes the second of the bronze medals. De Wit has to settle for a fifth place finish, but it was one of the most entertaining of performances, in particular his contest with Nagase, but not at all dismissing this one. It was a really good effort. That's a nice sign. Yeah, it was one of the most entertaining fighters of the day, Frank De Wit. Great to watch. Really enjoyed watching him. Best fighter to leave Baku without a medal. Right, well, after the highlights, we'll have the final of the under 81 kilo category. Nagase Takanori of Japan, the current world champion, faces Ivelo Ivanov of Bulgaria. It'll be Nagase in the white judogi, Ivanov in blue. First time that these two are going to go head to head. Referee in the middle for this one, Mr. Hongo Chao. Did we mention that Wongo Chao was the referee in the middle for this one? If not, there you go, he is. Nagase in the white judogi, Ivanov in blue. The final of the under 81 kilo category. He stepped off that nicely. Well, he caught him there. That's all about balance and awareness. And Ivanov getting summarily dumped, I'm afraid. Nagase Takanori of Japan taking the gold medal there. Oh, it's done and dusted pretty quickly. In fact, the whole of the final block was done and dusted in an hour and 15 minutes. We did have the one fight from back that was a scratch. What an actually was that was. Oh dear. No doubt about that one. Put that one away on the highlights reel. We come now to the awarding ceremony for the women in the under 70 kilo category. Let's take a look at the medalists. Bronze medals go to Maria Perez of Puerto Rico and to Elvismar Rodriguez of Venezuela. Silver medal goes to Maria Portela of Brazil. But the gold medal goes to Maria Bernabeu of Spain. And now the national anthem of Spain.
Thank you very much. Now it's time for a friendly pitch here with the Japanese and the Judo.
Let's have a look at some highlights before we bring you the awarding ceremony in the under 81 kilo category. Right, we come now to the awarding ceremony for the men in the under 81 kilo category. Some bunch of highlights there produced by our IGF film crew. The bronze medals go to Ivan Felipe Silva Morales of Cuba, and to Matteo Marconcini of Italy. Silver medal goes to Ivelo Ivanov of Bulgaria. And the gold medal goes to Nagase Takanori of Japan. Now the national anthem of Japan.
Thank you very much. Now it's time for a family picture for the VIPs and the Judo.
Resimleri verdik amaçları, kahve yapması için herkese değerli edildik.
Well, that brings us to a close on the second day of competition here in Baku. We'll be back tomorrow when we bring you the final 5 weight categories. Just a quick recap. Nagase, as you saw there, was the gold medalist in the under 81 kilo category. Sharipov took the gold for Uzbekistan in the under 73 kilo category. It was Maria Bernabeu of Spain to take gold in the under 70 kilo category, but Alice Schlesinger took gold in the under 63 kilo category. She's my player of the day with 5. And by 5, I mean 5 fights, 5 ippons, 500 points, and €5,000 for the first place. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow when we begin at 10 o'clock on the third and final day of competition at the Baku Grand Slam. But from everyone here in Baku, it's bye-bye for now.